Some people tells me, why you are in Puttaparthi? Swami left the body. I said, for me, Swami was not the body. Being physically close to Baba, I could see the people really hurt, and they could not accept his departure from the body, you know. But for me, it was easier because I was prepared. He prepared me. When they brought Swami's body in the ambulance from the hospital the first day, I remember I fainted. Swami is everywhere. Most of all, he's in my heart. But now I feel this time in my life, he wants me to be in Puttaparthi and be example of Swami's teaching. Two things I know I have to do: be positive and happy. And one thing, Ted, don't forget this about me. If you want to, who was Nooshin? She was somebody who loved God so much.
Nooshin Mehrabani's love for God, love for Sri Sathya Sai Baba, goes back many years. This native of Iran now lives in Sai Baba's hometown in southern India. Welcome to Souljourns and to our third interview with Nooshin. This interview was recorded in January 2013.
Nooshin Mehrabani, this is part 3. This is what, January 10th, 2013, the third interview we've done with you over a good number of years. Jody and I have been away from Parthi, so this is the first time for us to see you again in 3 years. A lot has happened in these 3 years, not the least of which, in fact, the most supreme episode is the passing of Baba's physical form. You were here through all that. I know, having talked to you, of a phenomenal story connected to that and you. And maybe it's best just to begin with that. First of all, how are you?
I'm very well, Ted. Nice to see you after 3 years, you and Jody. I was really, excited to seeing you, and I know you have done excellent, interviews this time, and I hope I would be one of them.
I know you will be.
Thank you.
So that story that you shared with us when we arrived is beyond words and descriptive phrases, but let's just hear it nonetheless from your own lips, and let's see how we can all learn from it.
Okay. We all, no matter what, we all went through so much suffering when Swami left the body. Even though he's prepared us by being in a hospital for 27 days or 28 days, and still we would never be prepared to losing our beloved, never. It didn't matter if Swami would have been in the body for 10 more years, still we would not be ready to lose him, And it all comes because mostly, I don't call it only love, I call it mostly like an attachment to the physical body, attachment to our form as well as his form, which is not his teaching. Swami always tells us the body is starting to get connected with the formless God, and ultimately everybody should worship formless God.
So it's a stepping stone towards that end.
Yes, and this has been in my mind, even though physically I have been very close to Swami. I had many interaction, but still only by his grace and his help I could detach from him. And this happened only 2.5 months before he left the body. I remember it was Chinese New Year, first day of Chinese New Year, and 8th of February, 2011. And early morning, Swami came to my dream, and he told me, first I asked him, Swami, are you happy with me? Then he smiled, he said, are you happy with yourself? And I was thinking, yes, why I'm asking outside of myself? I should ask myself, not nobody outside of me. And then Swami told me I had a stroke.
In the same dream?
In the same dream. He said, you had a stroke, but don't worry, Swami helped. He said, don't worry, Swami helped. I was not really worried about having a stroke. Only thing I said, Swami, how long I'm going to live? I was not worried about having the stroke, or my question was not about that. I only asked Swami, Swami, would you please take me with you? Take me with you if, when you go, when you leave your body. And he just looked at me, and of course, no answer. And again, I didn't give up. I told him, Swami, I will pray so much. Maybe you change your mind and you take me with you. Again, no answer. He looked at me, but this time he gave me a Pad Namaskar, and I woke up. I woke up, and it was such a strange feeling I had about this dream. And what Swami meant by don't worry, Swami, help, how he helped me. And prior to that, I had a little bit pain in my brain, and I don't know why, in like a crown chakra, I had a little bit pain a few days. I didn't know it was connected with this stroke or not, but what happened was, in the morning I went to do seva at the canteen, and afternoon I went for darshan. First day of the Chinese New Year, lots of people, the Buddhists were there to chanting, Buddhist chanting, but Swami didn't come. And it was such a big thing, he didn't show up. Because even though before Swami was sick and this, he would always come to give darshan. This time he didn't come at all. And everybody would, talk in concern why Swami didn't show up. And anyway, I said it to myself, I don't want to think negative. Swami is going to come tomorrow, no problem. Tomorrow we went again, sit down for a long time. Swami came very late, but in the car, and the car went to the veranda. Swami didn't come out of the car. They opened the door and they did arati in front of Swami, and they closed the door. Car came, and
So he never got out.
He went to his residence. But while the car was passing me, I was in the third row, and I looked at Swami's face. I saw his left side was completely paralyzed, and I was shocked because what the dream, what meant, that was like a stroke. Paralyzed come usually with a stroke, and I said, Swami, is that my, stroke? You took it in you? What is it, Swami? But I was not happy, and I was angry of Swami, and I said, you cannot do that. I mean, I never asked you to take anything from me. Please, Swami, why did you do that? It doesn't matter. My face is not look good. It doesn't matter, but your face should be perfect because so many people coming in to see you.
And I should just take a second, because I should have said this at the beginning. For those people who didn't see the earlier interviews, you've been around Swami for a long time, from Iran, serving as a translator from Farsi into English into Farsi, and then first-hand, face-to-face interviews with Baba yourself, many dreams, many visitations, hundreds of them.
And a book.
And a book, which is a great book, again, which is available.
Thank you.
And I'll put that at the end of the interview here so people can learn more. And you're not a stranger to Baba. Nobody is a stranger, but you've been familiar with him for a long time. So when you talk to him this way, it's like talking to your grandmother or your grandfather.
Yeah, exactly. Swami is that, I feel that close to Swami. And anyway, I was coming to darshan every day, but I keep crying, crying and crying, and I told myself, I'm not enjoying darshan anymore. Swami, what is this? Your face is like this, and I don't want to see you like this. And after 10 days, I was thinking, Swami, what I have to do? You tell me what I have to do to have my peace of mind back, and also to accept this, what happened. And then some awareness from inside my heart told me, go home, sit down for 40 days, no seva and no darshan, 40 days and pray.
Like a retreat, a silent retreat.
Silence, completely silence. I thought, that's it. This is it came to me and I have to do it. And I told the canteen, I'm not doing seva for 40 days, and anyway, not going to darshan. I was home for 40 days. During that 40 days, first few days was so difficult because the mind always learned to interact with something or somebody. And but after 2 weeks, I find so much peace in my heart, and I felt I don't need a form anymore. I felt so much joy just being in a silence. In that silence of my heart, I found Swami.
That's a difficult thing to achieve because, as you said, people's minds just prevent them from going more than a few hours, let alone a few days, let alone 40 days. Had you ever attempted a 40-day period of silence before?
No, never. It has been
Anything
one
close
day.
to it?
One day, yes. I have been usually practicing sometimes 1 day a week. I would be silent, but Orange, we are able to achieve anything by practicing. Of course, 40 days, first few days was not easy, but after 2 weeks, I tell you, I had lots of joy in my heart, and I didn't need anything. I didn't need TV, I didn't need to talk to somebody. I just was happy to be with Swami.
That's amazing that you could do that,
Yes.
never having attempted it before
Exactly.
for such a long period of time.
And during that 40 days, Swami never came to my dream.
That must have been discouraging.
No, because I said no darshan. Dream is also
okay.
darshan.
All right,
you
all
know.
right, yes.
When you say, Swami, I don't want to come to darshan, or he respect your wish, and he didn't come to my dream. But listen to this. After 40 days finish, early morning, he came to my dream, and he called me to himself, sit next to Swami, and he blessed me.
After the 40 days.
After the 40 days, the silence finished, my silence fasting. And then I was reading also Bhagavad Gita. That also helped me to go deep to the Bhagavad Gita again and understanding, the Bhagavad Gita. And anyway, Swami detached me from the form 2.5 months before he left his body. I think I can say like this. This was the biggest gift Swami ever given it to me. It's even, I feel it's bigger and higher than liberation because...
you had no idea what was coming when you started this. You had never attempted something before. You had some anger at Baba for taking this stroke.
Yes.
And you had some mixed feelings and some baggage probably from the past when you went into this huge desert experience for almost 2.5 months. And you see it now as all a blessing from Baba.
It was blessing from Baba because being physically close to Baba, I could see the people really hurt and they could not accept his departure from the body, But for me, it was easier because I was prepared. He prepared me. Even though, having said that, when they brought Swami's body in the ambulance from the hospital the first day, I remember I fainted.
Take us through that period when you ended your retreat of silence to when you went out into the street, into the community again.
Right. After 40 days, when early morning Swami came to my dream, I was happy. Swami accepted my praying and he blessed me, and I was so excited now after 40 days again I can come and see that beautiful form. Not knowing anything happening in the village or ashram, and not having contact with anybody, walking out, I felt everything is so different. I came to the ashram and to the canteen. I saw some people are crying. I asked, what happened? Why everybody looks so sad? They said, oh, you were not here. You don't know what happened. Swami was not well yesterday, then they took him to the hospital. Look at this drama he created for me. Last day of my fasting, 40 days, it was a day they took him to the hospital. I end up not to see Swami at all anymore. That 40 days was gift for me to prepare and to be more accepting,
And where were you when you did learn the news that he had left his body?
I was in the when I learned, I was walking from home, coming to in the street. I remember one policeman stopped me and said, you know what happened? Swami left the body. I think it was around 7:45 or something.
In the morning.
Morning. And I was numb even though every day Radio Sai was telling us Swami is not conscious, or Swami is not well, and his kidney is not working, his liver is not working, they fix his heart, his lung is not working, and nobody could do anything because Swami's will was different from what we wanted. We wanted him to get well, to get healthy and come and live 10 more years.
Absolutely.
But Swami had other plans. And for me, I understood and observed later, Swami sacrificed his body for us to taking so many things from this world.
And how close was it to the time you learned that news, that he actually did leave his body, that you had this reaction, and you used, to use your own words, that you actually fainted?
The day I heard he left the body, the same day they brought him to the ashram. You know, it was, but during that 28 days, I believe he was in a hospital. Every night I was crying, and I was don't think I was just accepting Swami's living body is okay. No, I was crying. I was fighting inside with him. You cannot do this. You cannot leave us. And he's our beloved. For me, it was the most important things in my life. You know, I mean, nobody else is that important.
And how long was it, if ever, in the year and 2/3 since he left his body, has he come to you again?
Oh, actually, I want to tell you about one of the dreams. 10 days before Swami left his body, one night I was crying really very hard. He came to my dream, and he took me and another lady under the ground, and he told us, this is the gold mine. And we are looking at Swami, okay, what is this, Swami? Swami, and he pointed the finger at me and he said, listen, gold doesn't become gold until you hammer it so hard. And because in waking stage, I was telling Swami, I went through so much pain in my own life. You came to take this pain from me. Why you are giving me this pain? Why you are not, healing yourself? Then this dream, Swami told me, all this suffering I'm giving not only to you, to all the devotees, because I want to elevate them. I want to make somebody more pure and more understanding. And it only is because of the consciousness. And then after this, he told me, listen, we are going to have nice dinner. I didn't say anything. We came, this lady and me, we climbing out of the mine and came out. And I told the lady, listen, Swami told us such a secret. That's why he's giving us too much pressure, because he wants to make gold out of us. But that dinner to me is like a Last Supper Jesus had with his disciple. Where did this come from? I mean, he's creating the dream, what he has to say and what I have to say or observe. I find out he was telling me, you are that close to me. You are like a Jesus disciple, had the Last Supper with them. You are going to be with me. You are with me. You're always with me, and giving me that hope. And anyway, when I woke up, I felt a little bit better to accepting all this pressure coming to me from all the news. And anyway, when I saw the body came, and I fainted half an hour. I think he fulfilled my wishes to go with him, only half an hour. Because in my dream, remember when he told me you're going to have a stroke, I asked him how long I'm going to live. Swami said like this, long. He said, I was thinking, why Swami think living long is good? I never want to live long. Why should I live long?
Well, there's a lot of good reasons, and you know those as well as I do.
But Ted, in many dreams, I always beg Swami to take me with him. This is my subconscious. Always wanted to go with Swami. I never felt I should stay on earth and to be here without our Swami.
Do you now know what your purpose is, being left behind here on earth?
You know, I mean, if I can call myself full-time devotee, we all are here for the purpose of spreading his message, you know, and to be example.
So isn't that a good reason why you're still here?
It is very good reason, and still I want to be with him in that level.
We all have that selfish streak in us that wants to be with him all the time.
It is.
Yeah. So what's happened to you since this time now? It's going on 2 years. You've acclimated yourself quite well. I see you doing your seva every day in the Western canteen. You always seem to be happy. You always seem to be content. Occasionally, like after Christmas, you took time off to go into silence again. So you know how to recalibrate yourself. Where is Nooshin right now?
Nooshin, you're talking about the body?
Nooshin, the body and the mind.
Mind, sometimes we forget. Living in Puttaparthi is like living in the world. So much crowd, so many people.
Many distractions,
many
noise.
distraction, and you know, talking to people, and the mind again needs that silence. We have to practice. You know, I never forget. I'm not here only to do seva. I have also to do my sadhanas, practice my, you know, spiritual life. Is so important to me. And I decided after the crowd was gone, after actually the first day of the January, I went home for 4 days and to the silence again. Again, I got my balance and I felt good and came back, regaining my energy and my peace.
So is this how you keep yourself in balance? Go out into the world, be part of the world, be a light in the world, and then when the world starts to get you down, go into your silence.
It doesn't get me down because I'm so aware about every single thing I do with awareness is consciously I'm living in Puttaparthi. Some people tell me, why you are in Puttaparthi? Swami left the body. I said, for me, Swami was not the body. Because I remember the first day I passed the Swami's body was in the glass cascade. I was telling him, having communication in my heart, I said, Swami, where is that beautiful smile? Where is that raising hand to bless us? Where is that beautiful eyes, Swami? I really miss his eyes. And this awareness came to me and he gave me answer and he said, all those things you mentioned belongs to Atma. Body was the instrument for Atma to do those things. Then he said, I left my body here for 2.5 days for people to come and see. When the Atma leaves the body is only the corp. And then I remember Swami's discourse, like, you know, few years back, Swami said, you only need to focus on Atma. But having body around is hard to focus on Atma. But now I thought it's a good time to practice and focus on Atma. Then I find out, okay, Swami, you show your body when the Atma is not in the body. Then, you know, Ted, we don't walk and see the dead person in front of us and we say, okay, look at his eyes, how beautiful is the eyes? Because beauty of the eyes belongs to Atma. Beauty of the smiles belongs to Atma only. The soul is beautiful. That's why we tell each other, oh, your face is glowing today. Your eyes is shining. All these things we say because Atma is shining through the body. Everything belongs to that Atma. Body is only instrument, nothing else. I think dealing with every problem in life, first stage is accepting. We have to accept Swami's, you know, is departed. But always we ask ourselves, who was functioning in that body? Who was in that body? I thought, was it my connection with that body? While I'm passing that body, I have no connection to that. Then I find out my connection was always with Atma, but I didn't know that. And people, they don't know that. There are some people still they don't know that and they don't believe in that because there is still a level of attachment to the physical, form of Swami. But that's why Swami bring the story of the electricity and the fan.
Yeah.
When the power is cut, the fan is not working anymore. Then fan is piece of metal, is nothing else. The body without the Atma in it is nothing. Is nothing really. That's why they cremate us, they bury us, and there is no value to the body without the Atma. And then it comes to Swami. The importance of Swami was that body or was the Atma? We have to make this clear for ourselves. Of course was the Atma. That's why the body is in Samadhi, people going still on Samadhi and they do namaskar to Samadhi. For me, when I go there, I said, this is not my Swami. My Swami now is, for me, is formless now.
So does this mean you continue to go to the Mahasamadhi, to the tomb, or not?
Usually I don't go, even I don't get a chance to go to bhajan every day, even though bhajan, I think one of the best things Swami left behind is a bhajan. It connects every soul and everybody together. It's beautiful. And I'm so happy Swami gave us the gift of bhajan because it elevates your soul. But, if I feel, I go. I never go against how I feel. If I feel one day I want to go to Samadhi and only put my head on that stone, but I have nothing to say to him there, only to say, Swami, I love you. I can say it in the silence in my heart all the time, not when I go to the Samadhi. But going to Samadhi every day, again, is an illusion. Again, gives you that thought is... It's giving you that thought. It's like Swami was the body and he's there. And this, I don't want to think like that. I want to go behind. I want to go behind the body. And now I feel God everywhere. But I'm so respectful to Swami as my guru. Swami is always my guru and the only guru. I never went to see any other gurus in India or any other ashram because I'm very content to be here and serve his devotees. And that one-pointed devotion also helped me to be more, subtle and grounded in Puttaparthi, to be happy. Sometimes, of course, I have opportunity to go and see my family, but Ted, I am not attached to Puttaparthi either.
Well, that's what he wants.
Yes, I am not.
And that's a difficult concept. He even said, don't become attached to my body, to his body.
For me, Swami is everywhere. Most of all, he's in my heart. But now I feel this time in my life, he wants me to be in Puttaparthi and be example of Swami's teaching. And two things I know I have to do: be positive and happy.
Nooshin, you're still very much a young woman. And relatively speaking, when we look at the totality of our lives as we wind down to the conclusion here, give me an idea of what you think you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. I mean, you got many productive years ahead of you in which you can be of great service to humanity. What does that look like to you?
Well, I have no answer to that.
You haven't thought of it, huh?
I mean, only thing I want to do in my life, to serve God. And one thing, Ted, don't forget this about me. If you want to, who was Nooshin in life? She was somebody who loved God so much. That one, I want to be remembered for only that reason. Nooshin was the person who loved God so much, with the whole heart. This is what I want to do. I want to talk about God. I want to hear about God. I want to write about God and read about God. And this is what I want to do. And the purpose of my life is about God. live for him and talk about him and think about him and love him. And at home, people say, "Are you alone?" I said, "No, I have a roommate." And they said, "How? Oh my God, somebody living with you." I said, "Yes, Swami, you won't believe it. You know, he is my roommate. He's preparing things for me, even though he's not in the body." That's what I'm saying. Atma can do so many things without needing the body. This physical form is all illusion. God doesn't need the body to do miracles. He can do so many miracles without being in the body. As we see, Swami left the body, so many places, Vibhuti comes, Amrit comes, so many things in a physical level happens, you know. But for me, I mean, this story is interesting. Maybe, I don't know if I share it or not.
Go ahead.
In month of June, I was watching TV, canteen was closed, and it was 60th year of Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee. And I was laying on my bed and watching TV, and my rice cooker was in the kitchen and needed 10 more minutes to finish. And suddenly power was gone.
Oh no, no Queen Elizabeth, no rice.
Yes, I said, I have no lunch, no, I have no TV, thank you Swami for my holiday. This is, what kind of holiday is that? And suddenly, it just took 5 seconds. TV started to get like a blurry, snowy, and the picture came. I said, I thought the power came back. Then I went, but the light in the room is not working, the fan is not working. I went to other room, the bathroom. I opened the door outside, the elevator is not working. There is no light in my building. Only my TV and my rice cooker.
Oh, well,
Only.
you know. What was that message all about?
The message is, we are also God. We are not separate from God. We can regenerate power.
That's a beautiful story to end this on. Nooshin, this has been just great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you. Looking forward to see you again in Puttaparthi.
Yes, Baba brings us here, we'll be here.
Absolutely.
Sai Ram.
Thanks, Sai Ram.